What is a financial institution? Definition time. A financial institution is a company engaged in business of dealing with financial and monetary transactions such as deposits, investments, loans, and currency exchange. Examples of your financial institution. You got RBC Bank, Scotia Bank, BMO Bank, TD Bank. You get where I'm going with this, right? The only thing that you guys would probably not be familiar with are credit unions and brokers. Now, I'm sure we are all aware of the services our regular financial institutions offer. On the other hand, though, credit unions do offer a little bit more when it comes to the insurance side of the money that you hold in your checking and savings account, meaning that TD Bank will insure $100,000 and a credit union may insure up to $250,000, maybe even $300,000. Canada, on the other hand, have a special package that will insure investment money up to $1 million. Now, who are the people who insure this money back? The regulators. Very important to me and very important to you. As a Forex trader, I want to know that my financial institution, aka my broker, will insure me back a certain amount of funds if they ever go bankrupt. Now, what does that mean? If you have $1 million sitting in your checking account and $1 million goes missing, the bank could only insure you back $100,000. They can't give you a dime over that and a dime less than that. How does the bank ever go bankrupt with your money? Doesn't make sense. The bank is legally allowed to turn over your money 7 times in your checking account before putting that money back into your account and allowing you to use it. Now, you're probably wondering how the bank goes missing with your hard-earned money. Well, it happened before in the financial recession of 2008. Gold Sachs went missing with billions of dollars. And guess who bailed them out? The government. Financial regulation came in and gave them all the money that they lost because they filed bankruptcy. What is the importance of a financial regulator? Well, for one, I told you already, they're going to insure money back in case of any financial institution going bankrupt. Number 2, it's a great way for people to understand that you can't trust one financial institution. You must allocate your money, as I said before, in different places in case of any of these financial institutions going bankrupt. So, when you start to get into the realm of hundreds of thousands of dollars, why do you think people put their money in different places? We always hear about news stories of people coming out and having $80 million in some offshore account in Bahamas. Why is this? Because they understand that this money is in a digital form. And when anything is in a digital and not physical form, it's easy for it to just disappear. So if I can stress when it comes to Forex traders, make sure that any place you decide to put your money is a regulated broker. Do not trust any other broker that's not going to be regulated. It is a must. And for regular people, understand, if you're a guy that just saves your money, it's not doing any good in your checking account, especially if you have over $100,000 in any financial institution. And I'm talking more so Canadians because that's the information I have. But for anybody else around the world, do your homework. Make sure you know where you're putting your money. You worked for it. It's your hard-earned money. You don't want it to disappear and somebody tells you that you signed a contract that said they could only give you back this amount. Why is it so easy for the bank to invest your money? Because they always know that somebody's gonna come in and save them, no matter what they do. They can click a button wrong and put in a $16 billion trade instead of a $16 million one and crash a market and lose all of your money. But the government will always come back in and save them. They understand that. So with that in mind, they can place trades in both directions and have no problem losing money, right? That's what stops us from trading our money. We can't fashion the fact of losing it. As human beings, we always relate money to material things. And once we do that, it creates a mental block in our minds that doesn't allow us to invest it to make ourselves better. You cannot always relate your money to material things. That's very hard for some people to grasp, and it's going to be very hard to train your mind to do this. But the more you do this, the more you put money on a pedestal, and the more you stop yourself from deserving large amounts of it. Why? Because you're subjecting yourself to small things, as little as, let's say, a Louis Vuitton belt, as little as, let's say, a Porsche. No, you should be able to buy a Porsche 10 times over and still have money to buy it 10 times over for your friends. That's the type of money and that's the type of wealth you want to be able to build, because that's what becomes generational wealth. You're not thinking about the material things, the things that are not going to be here in the long run. You're thinking about land, you're thinking about oil, and you're thinking about investments. You're thinking about anything, stocks, currency, anything that's going to propel your generations to come in a position and put them in positions where they can do things and have money to make the moves that you never were able to make. It's very tough to lose money. And one thing we have to understand in life, as cliche as it sounds, you need to lose money to make money. And I'm not telling you to step into any foreign market and do anything where you're going to lose your money. Always do your homework, but don't be scared. All it takes is literally picking up and doing it yourself. If you want to know about money, you need to study money. That's the only thing. It's with anything that you do in life. You got to understand there's always a risk to reward ratio. Anytime all of you guys are out there right now, God bless everybody that's going out and working in the midst of COVID, you're taking a risk. And what's your reward? You need to sustain your lifestyle, right? So with that being said, guys, I really appreciate you tuning into this video again. The next video I have, I'm always going to be giving food for thought, but more so, I'm going to be diving more into how I made and I'm still successful in the Forex market, because at the end of the day, the trajectory of the channel was to do a little bit of both. Help people that are not trading, and alongside helping all the Forex traders out there who are struggling to get to where they need to be. Thanks again. Stay tuned for the next video.